So today we're looking at the Hasbro Marvel Legends King in Black, Marvel's Knull, and Venom 2-pack. This is part of the Spider-Man 60th Anniversary Beyond Amazing program that they're doing this year. For the very first time in the Marvel Legends line, we are getting the King in Black himself, Knull. So that's something to be excited about. Here's the front of the box. On the side, we get an image of the same two figures. They're digital renders. There is an art image, which I think this is what they should be putting on the front. If they're just going to use digital renders, then make it like a comic book cover or something exciting. And then on the back side, you can give us the actual figure, or, the image of the figure and what they come with, just like they do right here. So we can see here the two figures. No more read-ups, by the way. Those are a thing of the past now, it seems like. And if you guys are interested in this 2-pack, Big Bad Toy Store is actually starting to ship these out right now as we speak. I did recently get my pre-order arrival notification, so if you were part of the first batch, yours is starting to ship out right now. So that's exciting to see these get released fairly quickly. This 2-pack retails for $77.99. It's a higher price because these figures are much bigger. Now we're getting Knull, which is a brand new figure. He's a pretty tall guy. You can see him next to Venom, standing taller. And Knull stands just under 8.5 inches tall. And Venom stands just under 8 inches, but over 7.5 inches tall. Of course, Venom is on the Sony movie Venom body mold that a lot of people requested, including myself. There's two body molds we want Venom in. We want him in the Omega Red, and we want him in the Sony movie Venom body mold, and we're getting both of those in the same year, which is absolutely nuts. So what a great time to be alive. Hasbro does listen to us. They do listen to the feedback. So this is why it's always great to speak your mind when it comes to Marvel Legends, because they are always listening. It's just important that we keep it respectful and we don't attack people personally, because it's okay to dislike and maybe even hate an action figure, a plastic toy, but when your hate goes towards a human being just doing their job, then that's an entirely different thing, and it's never okay. So if you're interested in grabbing this, then check out the link in the description below where you guys can order it. So not only is Knull the creator of the symbiotes, but he is an eldritch god of darkness. He was born from the primordial void that existed between the 6th and the 7th cosmos. And because of this, Knull claims dominion over the void and to be its avatar. So as I mentioned before, this 2-pack costs $77.99, and after tax it's about $80. So each figure comes out to about $40. So yes, it's a little bit more than usual, but these are big figures, and Knull is big enough to be a Build-A-Figure in my opinion. At least a Build-A-Figure in modern times now. We don't get the Build-A-Figures we used to get back in the day with Toy Biz or early Marvel Legends of Hasbro when we got Fing Fam Boom. Those days are a thing in the past, and I don't ever see those returning now that we have HasLab. So with that being said, Build-A-Figures nowadays are roughly about 8 to 9 to 10 inches tall. This fits the bill, and a Build-A-Figure is always about 40 to 50 bucks. So I think the price is right. As for Venom, we've gotten Venom before, and that was like a $22.99 figure. So 40 bucks for Venom is a bit steep, but he does come with big, gigantic wings, as we saw in the package. And we'll see that later on in the video when we take a look at Venom. Right now, we're taking a look at the new exciting figure of the 2-pack, and that's Knull here, the long-awaited Knull. And you can see the details here on the torso. The paint job is done very, very clean, very well. I like that. And there is some texturing on the shoulder and the torso there, so that's cool to see. I love the pinless elbows here. Arms are sculpted very, very nicely. Here's the backside. Overall, it is painted out, even though he is the King in Black. He's all black. It's more of a like brownish black. He's not like black like Venom over here. So there is that. There is some texturing on the thighs as well, going down to the boots or the shins here. So overall, there's your close look at Knull. And here's the face sculpt a little up close, and you can see the detail there. I think they sculpted it very nicely. The hair is almost windswept, so it's a nice dramatic effect there. I dig it. It's not too, it's not too crazy. The eyes are painted very well too. You got some red pupils there. Now this is not the only head sculpt he comes with. He also comes with another one, and it is a more serious, more neutral head sculpt here. No teeth sculpted or no open mouth at all. a quick side by side, you can see here the difference there. So I dig it, man. I dig it. It's crazy how excited I get when I get separate head sculpts now, because figures don't always come with another head sculpt, you know, especially when they have an open mouth. They should have another face with a closed mouth like this here. So that adds on to the value here. Again, $40 a pop for this 2-pack here. If you're dividing, you know, the total number of $80 or $77.99 between the two figures, everything counts here. And we get two very nice looking head sculpts. I love how deep the eyes are. You can see, you know, the sculpt is done very well there. And then the hair is sculpted. It's about this. It's very similar, but it's not the same. You can see the backside there. It's windswept, but it's not the same. You know, pose or sculpt at all. So it's subtly different enough, but very similar at the same time, if that makes sense. And now that's not the only accessory he comes with. We also do get his sword. Now, All Black was the first symbiote that was manifested by Knull himself. And I love the detail on this thing here, man. This is what I'm talking about, man. This is what Marvel Legends is about. Great paint, great sculpt, great value. This is great. I like seeing this here. We get a painted handle there, or grip, or hilt, or whatever you want to call it. And then the actual blade here has some red paint as well, some nice sculpting. It's a very soft plastic, it's very pliable, it could warp and all that, so keep that in mind. It's not very hard plastic, but this is pretty dope, man. It's pretty huge. Alright, so his head sculpt sits on a barbell peg, but his hair sculpt is going to hinder his movement looking up, except he still looks up good enough, you know. And also you could use the torso to have him lean back a little bit. Looking down is no issue, which is great because he's a tall dude. Left and right, pretty good. The neck is a separate articulated piece, so that allows for more range. And of course, barbells allow for that head tilt. That awesome head tilt that I really, really like. So I love it. Looks great. The shoulder pads are a pliable plastic, so they prevent hindering, but they also rotate with the shoulder anyways. So the arms go all the way up. They also go in and out about this far. Let's check out the other one. There you go. And then we have no shoulder articulation, like there is no butterfly joints or anything like that. But there is a bicep swivel. There is a double jointed elbow that bends very well. There's also a wrist swivel and a side hinge for the right hand, and then a regular hinge for the left hand. Torso has an ab crunch, so it goes forward and back. There's a waist swivel hidden underneath this belt here. Pliable skirt piece here, so it does allow for some range on the legs. It will get in the way, but you know, you can still kick forward. And as for the legs kicking out, they go about this far. Going back down, there is a thigh swivel. We get double jointed pinless knees. Then when we go back down, we have a hinge at the ankle and then the ankle rocker, but there is no swivel at the ankle. And here's a quick look at him with the all black sword in hand. He can only hold it in his right hand. Again, there's no swappable hands here. There's no left gripping hand. So only the right, but he does look pretty badass. This is definitely the highlight of the 2-pack. Of course, a lot of people are looking forward to Knull, and it's definitely a reason why most people are getting the 2-pack. But that is not to say that Venom is not exciting, because he is truly exciting. This is something we've been asking for, we've been wanting. It is Venom on the MCU, or not MCU, jeez, I keep saying MCU, but the Sony Venom body mold. I mean, he kind of made an appearance in an MCU movie, so is he MCU? Is he not? Who knows? Multiverse of Madness, right? So maybe he is. But God, this looks so good on this body mold. Collectors know what's right for the line, right? I mean, this is what we wanted, this is what we got, and look how good it looks. And we're also getting it on the Omega red body, which looks great. But whoa, what is that on the back side? We get two giant peg holes on the back. Now, I see what they try to do here. They actually painted within the peg hole the the spider logo. So almost like as if it's camouflage, and from here you don't even see the holes, to be honest. That's pretty nuts. I can see what they're trying to do is to kind of camouflage it, and it kind of works from a distance. But taking a look at it up close, you will see those giant holes for the wings there. So unfortunately, We got what we wanted, but we're stuck with the wings, or at least we're stuck with the giant holes in the back. Now, of course, when you display them from the front, you're not going to see those holes, but still, right? Nobody wants giant holes on the back of the figure. So what does this mean? Do we want another release of this Venom on this body mode, but without those holes now? Plugged in with some, symbiote tendrils or something? I don't know. Do I really want another one? This looks great enough, to be honest. But you tell me, what do you guys want? Do you think this is good enough, or do those holes really bug you? If you just want a regular Venom with no wings on this body mold, is this good enough for you? So this may be a repainted Sony movie Venom body, but does not mean that we are getting a repainted head sculpt from that. We actually got a new one. So that's always great to see, and it looks very, very good. I really dig it. Gosh, this looks good. So this is, of course, the one with the tongue out, classic Venom. But we also do get another head sculpt, of course, because we don't always want to have the tongue out. Here is the regular head sculpt with no tongue, but the teeth are still showing. He's just smiling here, straight up cheesing. So there's your alternate head. Let's go ahead and pop this out and pop this one in. And there we go. That looks great. No complaints here. I love the glossiness of this figure too, because it gives off that slimy symbiote look. Looks great. And then the logo on the front is super clean. This is what I'm talking about here. This is good, clean work. Way better than the sloppiness that was on that stealth suited Future Foundation Spider-Man. So I don't know what happened there, but this is a lot cleaner. It's a lot nicer. Here's the back side, especially when you get into the peg holes there. It's pretty impressive that they did that. All clean. Very nice. And we've seen this body before. Of course, we all know and love this body mold. So really, everything that we know from that is here. Of course, these are pinned. I don't mind it too much because it's all black and it's really hard to see anyways. So I don't mind it too much. Of course, it's always nice to get the pinless, but I get it. It's fine. So there is your up close shot at Venom. He also does come with a pair of fists too. So if you don't want him with open hands, then you can have him with just a pair of fists. So that's cool. The hands here, I do get some black spots on the white part, so it needs a few more coats of paint. The other side too. Alright, and then of course we get these gigantic wings. They're so big that they're sticking out of frame. So this is just one of them. And each wing actually has two pieces, so you're gonna have to combine it. A little bit of a build-a-figure, aspect to this. So of course you plug it in right here, just like that. And then here is this is going to be the left wing for him. Look how big this is. Actually, let's measure it. The wing from tip to the other side is about 10.5 inches. That is nuts. 10.5 inches for the wing, meaning it is much bigger than the figure itself, because the figure is about 8 inches. That's the wingspan of just one wing, meaning it's about 20 inches combined with the other one. This is going to be impossible to fit in frame. I apologize, but this just is not going to happen. I mean, yeah. You guys get an idea of how big they are. They're about 10.5 inches each. So let's go ahead and plug it into the back of Venom. Alright, so I lied. I can fit it. I'm actually impressed, but I can fit it in my diorama in frame here in the video. So that is impressive. But what's even more impressive is the figure itself. I mean, jeez. This is nice. I really, really dig it. I'm not a fan of this look for Venom. I mean, this is not my definitive Venom, but this, you gotta admit, this is pretty impressive. Now that we have it on the figure, tip to tip, yeah, it's about 19.5. Let's see. Yeah, 19.5, almost 20 inches, like this. Of course, you can kind of expand it if you go like this. You got the ability to articulate the wings right there. And there are hinges on the backside, so you can move it outwards and rotate it up and down, swivel it, whichever term you want to use there. I saw this displayed at San Diego Comic-Con, and it was impressive to see the wingspan there next to other figures. But when you have it in hand like this, you really can't grasp the actual width of this thing until it's in front of you, of course. So, yeah, it's super dope. Let's go ahead and get Knull in here. So this is it, 40 bucks a pop. I think this is well worth it in my opinion for this 2-pack because you're getting two really big figures, and Venom comes with these giant wings. They each come with a head sculpt and alternate accessories such as the sword for Knull and the other hands for Venom. Alright, so here is the movie Venom next to our new Venom, and you can see here they are the same, but head sculpts are different as I mentioned. I really like the new one a lot. Looks great. I love that they did not simply give us the movie version. That would have been lame. So it is the same, but of course they did retool the backside. Well, there he goes. So yeah, you can't lose his balance, of course, because of those wings and the weight. But the backside, there is no peg holes, of course, on the back. So they retooled it. They just drilled some holes into this torso so the wings can fit in. And just a quick head swap here with the new Venom head on the movie body, and it does fit. It's a little loose, but it's not too loose. It looks okay. The blacks do not match 100% because the new Venom is a little bit darker black than this older one, but it's not terrible, you know. The only thing we're missing is, of course, the spider logo on the front. So if you want a nicer, more badass head sculpt on your movie Venom, then maybe you can head swap. But if you want the spider logo, of course, you don't have that here. You're gonna have to get the ones with the wings. So here is Lasher and Carnage next to Knull. You can just see the sheer size that Knull has over these two symbiotes here. I think Lasher was part of the Spider-Man wave, which was the Lizard Build-A-Figure, while this Carnage is actually the original one from the Ultimate Green Goblin wave. And then here we have the Venom from the Absorbing Man Build-A-Figure wave, as well as the Superior Venom on the left side there from the Rhino Build-A-Figure wave. So let's go ahead and compare that old Venom here from Absorbing Man wave next to our new one. You could just see the height difference, very big difference there. It's pretty crazy how far we've come with Venom here. So just to get an idea of how big Knull and our new Venom are, they both stand taller than this Build-A-Figure of Space Venom. Alright, so that will conclude my review of the King in Black Knull and Venom 2-pack from Hasbro Marvel Legends. Sorry it was so lengthy, but these 2-pack reviews are always a little bit more lengthier than single-pack reviews, of course. And, this is exciting stuff. Very cool. At 80 bucks, I think this is, the absolute most I would expect to pay for this 2-pack. The sheer size of these two figures, the wingspan on Venom is pretty intense and pretty impressive. And Knull is pretty impressive himself. These are two really well done figures and I'm pretty happy with the way they came out. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comment section. While you're down there, hit the like button and also consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. As always everyone, take care, take it easy, and I will catch you on the next one. Bye.